We are into the fall season, and that means fall festivals, my friends. So, we're going to go over all the fall festivals in suburban Philadelphia as well as in the city. If you get some value out of this or you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. And if you want to schedule a call with our team to talk about buying some real estate or selling some real estate in some of these areas, you can schedule a call with the link in the comments. Fall festivals, they're all over the place. People love going to these things in Pennsylvania. One, because we get a real fall here. It's the weather change. You get the seasons, the beautiful leaves, the fall foliage trips and maps that you'll see. And Southeast PA is full of them. So I'm going to break down county by county all the fall festivals going on in September and October. So we're going to start in Chester County. You got Fall Fun at Lytle's Farm. This is in New London. This runs from September 20th to November 1st. There's a corn maze, scavenger hunt, hay rides, pumpkin patch, apple picking, and they have a historic farmhouse tour dating back to the 1740s. You got the Kennett Arts Festival in Kennett Square on September 20th. Outdoor art market. You got 150 plus artists, live music, food trucks, kids activities. You've got the Chester County Restaurant Festival in downtown Westchester on September 21st. 50 plus restaurants and food offerings, beer and wine garden, artisan vendors, live entertainment. That's right in downtown Westchester. Sounds like a killer one. The Fall Fit Fest in Glen Eagle Square in Exton. This is a health-focused fall event. This might be more my language here than pumpkin spice lattes. You got fitness demos, vendor markets, a kids zone, and there's also some seasonal eats promoting wellness in the autumn. Then you got the Festival of Fright at Thornberry Farm in Glen Mills. This runs September 26th to Halloween, which is a Friday this year. And there's a haunted hayride, corn maze, farm frights, and they also have family daytime activities before they scare the crap out of the kids. So if you got little kids, that might be a good one to check out on Thornberry Farm. You've got the Westchester Oktoberfest on September 27th. Bavarian-themed block party, Oktoberfest beers, craft beer tastings, German food. I'm a big fan of schnitzel, by the way. I think that might be the top German food that's out there. I don't know what everyone else. Bratwurst, a close second. Oompa bands. They've got Stein holding contests, all sorts of stuff. Westchester Oktoberfest, downtown Westchester, September 27th. You've got the Oxford Harvest Festival at the Oxford Area Recreation Authority. Harvest Bash with apple-themed games, live music, craft vendors, kids inflatables, and local produce. That's September 27th. Warwick Fall Festival, September 27th. Pumpkin picking and painting for families. You've got hayrides, cornhole, all sorts of stuff. That's in Pottstown, and that's also on the 27th. On the 28th, you have the Chester County Art Walk. That's in East Goshen Park, and there's a juried art show with over 100 different exhibits, food trucks, live bands. You've got the Unionville Fair, October 3rd to 5th at the Unionville Fire Company with rides, livestock shows, harvest demos, food vendors, evening fireworks. That's October 3rd to the 5th at the Unionville Fire Grounds. Malvern Oktoberfest, October 4th, right in Malvern Borough on East 1st Avenue. Craft beer, polka music, you know the deal. Chester County Day, October 4th in downtown Westchester. I mean, this is an insane list, and we're just getting started here. You've got Jaeger's Fall Fest in Phoenixville, which is a farm harvest party with apple cider pressing, pumpkin picking, hay rides, seasonal baked goods. Downingtown Fall Festival on October 5th. That's a street fair with 100-plus vendors, kids zone. East Brandywine Fall Festival, October 5th. That's in Coatesville. Westtown Day, October 5th. These are all basically the same kind of event, if you get the picture here. There's a ton of stuff going on. You've got the Fall Arts Festival in Kerr Park in Downingtown on October 11th. Friends Fall Festival in Downingtown at the Church of the Holy Trinity in Downingtown on October 11th. The Westchester Chili Cook-Off on October the 12th, right on Gay Street. There's 50-plus entries in this chili cooking contest. Historic Yellow Springs Village Open House and Fall Fun. That's an 18th century village event with hayrides, cider pressing, kids colonial games. The Great Pumpkin Carve in Chester County, October 16th to the 18th in historic Chadds Ford, where there's 70 giant pumpkins that get carved. This is pretty cool. You're going to see some wild carvings there. The East Goshen Pumpkin Festival on October 19th. The Exton Park Fall Fest on October 18th. And these are, at the East Ocean Pumpkin Festival, you get free pumpkins, pony rides. They even have turkey bowling. I'm curious what that is. If you're actually like hitting turkeys. I mean, that would be pretty wild. So after Exton, that's everything going on in Chester County. You can see Chester County is a little more rural than Montgomery and Delaware, but there's a couple things happening in both those counties as well. So you have the Linvilla Orchards, Apple Fest, and Pumpkin Land. So this is somewhere you could go any Saturday or Sunday. And if you're one of our clients, send us a message. We're having an event there in October, VIP for our clients, so that you don't have to wait in line for all this stuff. That runs September to October 30th, and they have apple picking, hay rides, live music, kids entertainment, a corn maze, and they have a lot of crafts there. That's every day. It runs daily, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and it extends on weekends. So that's like a must-go-to, if you ask me. That's in Media, right off Knowlton Road. Then you've got the Fall Festival at Grist Mill. That's in Glen Mills. That's a historical event with trade demos like candle making and milling, hay rides, food trucks, and they have a pop-up tavern. That's September 20th. You've got the Walton Fall Market. That's in the Delaware County Fairgrounds, and that's the 3rd annual vendor market with craft food and harvest goods. And then you've got Fall Fest in Wallingford. That's on Plush Mill Road. That's the 20th anniversary with 30 different art vendors. This is October the 12th. Pumpkin painting, kids activities, food trucks, live bands. So you can see there's a lot more going on in Chester County because there's a lot more farms out there. But there's some great stuff happening in Delaware County too. And lastly, Montgomery County, there's going to be about a dozen events here you want to check out. So the Whitpain Community Festival in Bluebell, that's September 27th. Petting zoo, pony rides, hay rides. There's a rock wall if you're into that. Games, face painting, all that good stuff. Then you have Harvest Fest at Elmwood Park Zoo. Now, this is another one that's running every weekend from September 27th up until the weekend before Halloween. Now, this is pretty cool because you're actually going to a zoo. If you've been to the Elmwood Zoo, it's not like the Philadelphia Zoo, but they got giraffes. They got great things there. It's a fall-based zoo event with carnival games, pumpkin patch, hay rides, and you get to go see the animals. So that's pretty cool if you're into that. You've got the Apple Butter Frolic. Sounds pretty wild, right? Which is it's at the Mennonite Heritage Center in Harleysville. This is a heritage fest with apple butter making demos, scrapple tastings, fritters, music, and all sorts of stuff going on. That's October 4th and 5th. Also on October 4th, you have Fall Fest at Foy Park in Perkiomenville. You're getting the trend here. The more rural areas have the killer events. Hay rides, pumpkin painting, free kayaking. I mean, kayaking's pretty wild. That's a good one, but don't fall in the water. Live music and family fall activities. Then you've got on October the 9th, Beast of a Feast. So this is for 21-year-olds. So for the adults, it's at Elmwood Park Zoo in Norristown at 6 to 9 on October the 9th. All you can eat and drink from local spots, animal meet and greets, and live music by Go Go Gadget. I didn't know that was a band, Nick. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. That's October the 9th, 6 to 9. You've got the Norview Farm Fall Fun Festival. Try saying that 5 times fast. In King of Prussia, it's a dog-friendly farm fest with live music. This is in King of Prussia at Norview Farm, the 11th, the 18th, and the 25th from 10 to 6. So if you're a little closer to the city, you don't want to go too far, that's a great opportunity. The Harvest Fest at Peter Wentz Farmstead in Lansdale. This is the 11th and the 12th of October. And they are doing demos of 18th century farm chores, cider pressing, candle dipping, hay rides, and hands-on history. And then you've got the All Hallows Eve Fall Fest at Pennypacker Mills in Schwenksville. This is a kids event on October 18th with pumpkin painting, crafts, apple cider pressing, corn shucking, and meadow hay rides. Ardmore Day on October 18th. That's a Fall Street Fest with a dog parade. That's 11 to 4. And that's a little closer to the city for everybody, right on the main line. Family zone, food trucks, live music. And the last one is the Fall Fine Craft Fest in Oaks. It's at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. There's 150-plus craft artists with jewelry, pottery, and fall decor. So it's like 40 events of stuff you can do. We're going to make sure to post a link to a list here in the comments. And that way you can get a directory for all this stuff. If you're interested, all you got to do is put your information into the link. We'll send you the details on all these things here. A lot of cool stuff to do in the fall. Go have some fall fun, everybody.